Fusion Arts, the newest Japanese set. You've probably heard about it, you've probably seen some people opening some up. Do I have a box here to open up today? No, but that's okay, we can just watch other people open up packs instead as I'm talking. The set has been out for a week or so and we've gotten an idea for the prices of the main cards. Today we're going to be discussing the top 10 most expensive cards from Fusion Arts, and if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you if you should be buying and investing in this set. Thank you to Mutated Pokeverse for sponsoring this video. To celebrate hitting 10,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $10,000. All you have to do to win is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment happy 10,000 for a chance to win. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just press a few buttons and win money for free. To give more people a chance, I'm giving away $1,000 every week for 10 weeks to 10 different people. Make sure to also check out my Patreon to support me there, or you can also join as a YouTube member where we chat and I can give you Pokemon related tips and advice. I've also linked my socials in the description, and for each one of those you follow, you get a bonus entry. Let's try and hit 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Alright, let's get into this top 10 list. Even if you don't collect Japanese cards, the general prices and trends are most likely going to be similar to what we see in our English version of this set, Fusion Strike. Now, remember, this list is purely based on the value of the cards. For which cards I actually think look the best, I'll probably make a tier list soon, so keep an eye out for that. These values I've gotten mostly off of eBay, but I've also compared them with a couple Japanese marketplaces, and they're pretty consistent. Now remember, these are all pretty early prices, which will definitely drop further as more cards become available, but the general ranking should stay about the same. Okay, so without any further ado, these are the top 10 most expensive cards from Fusion Arts. Number 10, we have Power Tablets. I mean, these just remind me of the Lifesavers back in the day. I don't know if anyone's ever tried those, but they're these like weird little candies. I don't remember them being good, but anyway, it's besides the point. Yeah, Golden Lifesavers. This goes for about $45. All of these prices are in USD, so if you live in Australia or somewhere else, just I don't know, do some maths. Number 9 is the Rainbow Chandelure VMAX. Now, this card actually has something slightly wrong with it, which the Pokemon Company had to actually issue an apology for. I would probably guess that you can't even spot what the mistake is, and what was actually wrong with this card is that there's a line extending from the right eye of Chandelure. Now, Chandelure actually doesn't have this right line extending from it, and so the Pokemon Company went out and they issued this whole apology. Yeah, just an interesting fact about this card. It goes for about $50 US. Next up, we have the Golden Leaf Energy. Now, personally, I'm not really someone that collects these energy cards, but I know a lot of people like them, and a lot of people even play with these in their decks, which is absolutely crazy. Like, how absolutely baller do you have to be to just rock up to the school playground and just pop down a Golden Leaf Energy? You'd be like the coolest kid on the block. But I bet like a full set of these Golden Energy cards would look super cool. If anyone has like a set of those, please send me a photo. I want to see. This one goes for $54 US. For number 7, we have the Mew V Secret Rare. Now, this card I think actually looks really pretty. Normally for these kind of regular Secret Rare Vs, I don't really like them because they kind of just put like a picture of the Pokemon in front of like this kind of just bland color background. But for this one, it kind of makes sense because like they have that kind of spectral, kind of cosmic kind of background. I don't really know how to explain it actually, but it looks cool. It looks nice. I think we can all say it looks much better than like the average kind of regular V cards that they do, where they just have it on like a solid color background. It's pretty close between number 8 and number 7, but this one goes for slightly more at around $55 US. For number 6, we have the Golden Fire Energy. I mean, it's crazy how much these energy cards go for. Do people really collect these Golden Energies more than like trainer cards and Pokemon cards and stuff? I mean, I find that really, really crazy, but I mean, it's pretty cool, I guess. Looks really sick. This one's actually going for $65 US at the moment, which is absolutely crazy for a Golden Energy card. Wow. For number 5, we have the Alternate Art Genesect V. I mean, I absolutely love this card. I think I've said it before, but the Genesect is literally breakdancing. You can see the stereo at the front, Scrappy's sitting in the background, and Genesect is literally breakdancing down to the beat. I bet he's listening to Donda on repeat and just showing us his moves. I mean, I think it's really creative that the Pokemon Company did something like this card, and I hope they really do more interesting stuff like this, where they have Pokemon actually doing like funny and cool and interesting things, rather than just, you know, what they usually do, which is just stand there or fly or something boring. I think the artwork on this card is absolutely incredible as well. This is definitely one of my favorite cards from the set, and it's going for about $70 US, so it's a pretty reasonable price for an alternate art, and definitely one of my chase cards from this set. Okay, we're at the halfway point, so I just want to give some honorable mentions to Training Court, which is literally just a tennis court. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's tennis court. You can actually see Roger Federer sitting there in the background. I don't know if you guys can see him in the window. He's right there. It's Roger Federer. This one you can pick up for about $20. We also have the Greedent V, which is a very cute and adorable card. And it's pretty good that this is a reasonably priced alternate art. Greedent fans will be very happy. You'll be able to get up this card for pretty cheap. You can get it for about $32 US. And although it might not be one of my favorite alternate art cards, I think it's definitely one of the best value alternate art cards. We also have the Genesect V Secret Rare, and similar to the Mew, this one doesn't just have a boring background like a lot of these V cards do. It actually has, you know, something kind of interesting where it looks like some kind of technological, sciencey background background. Although I don't know exactly what it is, it still kind of looks like it fits the general theme of the card, and it fits obviously like the theme of the Pokemon Genesect. So I think it's, a definitely much more unique and interesting addition than just having like a plain blue or green background like they do with a lot of these other cards. And I think as far as V cards go, this is definitely one of the better ones. And you can pick it up for just $32. Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of golden cards, but this golden Flaffy is actually really adorable. I tend to like the alternate arts and full arts better because I feel like you can actually see the artwork and the detail of the cards better. But for this one, I feel like it kind of works with the electric theme of the card. The gold kind of reminds me of electricity. I know that probably sounds a bit weird, but it actually feels like it kind of makes sense. Whereas with a lot of other Pokemon, it's just like, it just feels really random, like they just copy pasted a Pokemon on and then painted it gold. But this one I think actually looks pretty interesting, and you can pick it up for about $37 US. And the final honorable mention goes to the Rainbow Elisa Sparkle, which you can pick up for about $40. Now, once again, I'm not a huge fan of rainbow cards either, because like I said, I feel like the full art versions and the alternate art versions of these kind of cards just have so much more detail and you can appreciate the artwork much more. But as far as rainbow cards go, I think this is a pretty decent one, and in person the cards definitely look much better, that's for sure. Okay, back to our list. Number 4 is Elisa's Radiance Full Art. Now, like I just showed you with the rainbow card, that one didn't really have much detail, but this one you can actually see these, I don't actually know what exactly they are, but something's wrapping around her and it looks much more cool. And you can actually see like the city skyline in the background, which I think looks really cool with the angle and the motion of the artwork. This is easily the most expensive trainer in this entire set, and I mean, pretty obvious reasons why. Everyone loves their waifu cards, and this is a pretty popular one at that. This is our first card to break the $100 barrier, and this one is actually going for right around $105 at the moment. Now keep in mind, like I said, a lot of these prices will definitely go down, but this gives you a kind of a rough estimate as to how expensive some of these cards actually might end up being. Alright, we're in the top 3 now. The number 3 most expensive card in Fusion Arts is this Rainbow Mew VMAX. Now, this is actually surprisingly expensive for a rainbow card. Usually, I swear, they're going for much less than this, but I guess since Mew is such a popular Pokemon, and it's definitely the figurehead and chase Pokemon of this set, so this one is actually going for over $115 at the moment. So if you're someone that collects all the rainbow cards, get your wallets ready, because this is going to be one of the most expensive ones we've gotten recently. Number 2 is the alternate art Mew V card from Fusion Arts. Now, this is probably my favorite card in this entire set. It's definitely going to be the chase card for a lot of people. I mean, the artwork on this card is just absolutely beautiful. You've got Mew just chilling in the middle, and he's surrounded by a bunch of Pokemon. There's Scrafty, there's Toxtricity, there's Dreepy. You can even see the foot of Hoopa in the front. Just like the detail and craftsmanship of Naoki Saito is just so absolutely incredible. They've done an incredible job with this card again. And thankfully, this card is only going for about $150. I know that might not sound too cheap, but remember, the prices will continue to drop further. And for such a nice alternate art of such a popular Pokemon, I think that's a pretty reasonable price compared to some of the stuff we've seen recently in like Evolving Skies and other sets, where, the second best or the second most expensive cards are going for way more than $150. Before we get to the number 1 most expensive card from Fusion Strike, let me quickly tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Mutated Pokeverse. You've probably heard of NFTs already, these things that people are selling for millions of dollars. You might think you missed out on big NFTs like CryptoPunks and these monkeys. Well, Mutated Pokeverse is an extremely promising new project which can potentially be the next big thing. The Mutated Pokeverse NFTs have amazing artworks designed by highly skilled digital artists, and unlike other NFT projects, this one will also have a play-to-earn Pokeverse game which will give owners many perks. There will also be a native token and future mutated monsters for holders of the NFT. They will also be doing a $50,000 giveaway to 2 lucky NFT holders after launching this Thursday, October 7th at 2 AM EST. Make sure to check out their website and follow their Twitter and Discord linked in the description if you're interested. Thank you again to Mutated Pokeverse for sponsoring this video. Okay, so the number 1 most expensive card in Fusion Arts is the alternate art Mew VMAX. I mean, this card is incredibly expensive. Personally, I think this card does look pretty decent, but I think they could have gone with a slightly different approach. Maybe I'm just nitpicking a little bit here, but it just feels like the composition of this card was a little bit off. Like the Mew VMAX just looks like a regular VMAX card. There's nothing really that sets it apart and makes it look like a really creative and unique alternate art card. I know there's like the bust and the cars by the side of it, but I just feel like if they framed it a little bit better, like some of the VMAX cards from Evolving Skies, where you could actually tell that this is actually a huge Pokemon because it's, surrounded by all these other smaller things, I think that would have looked a bit nicer. But right now, it just feels like it's a bit too cluttered and there's a bit too much going on for my liking. But hey, it doesn't matter what I think, because this card is going for over $500 at the moment, which is really expensive. Now, yes, that price will definitely come down in the weeks to come, and it'll probably be much cheaper in Fusion Strike as well, but it still kind of gives you an idea of how expensive this card might be. It'll definitely be a few $100s, My personal favorite chase card from this set is still that Mew V alternate art, but I can definitely see why the rarity and desirability of this card would make it the most expensive. Okay, so let's quickly talk about whether you should be buying and investing into Fusion Strike. Before we do that, make sure to let me know in the comments what's your chase card from Fusion Strike. Okay, well, I want to be completely honest, having a look at the list really shows me that this set is definitely one of the weaker sets this year. I mean, there's only like a few chase cards, and only 4 of the cards are over $100 just shortly after release, which means they will continue to drop even further. Now, I'm not saying it's all about money, but generally the value of cards are based on how desirable and popular they are, and if they're not very expensive, then clearly most people don't find them very desirable. Now, of course, rarity is another thing to consider, but the rarity of alternate arts in this set should be pretty comparable to the rarity of alternate arts in Evolving Skies, for example, which had like 20 cards over $100. So personally, I'll probably be passing on Fusion Strike and focusing more attention on other sets like Evolving Skies and Celebrations. But hopefully the English set Fusion Strike manages to bring a few cool new additions and chase cards like the Espeon VMAX, which has already been leaked in Fusion Strike. But as soon as we know more information about those, I will let you know straight away. But until then, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.